Welcome back everybody to another course update. I am out here on 9 Ridge because we have finally got a part 2 to the issues that we've had with irrigation on our green. So stick around, I'll tell you what we found out. So yes, it has been quite some time since we last dove into this problem. For anybody that hasn't seen it, I'll try to put a link in the description below to part 1. But a quick overview: one of the stations on our green that operates 2 of the 4 sprinkler heads is not working. So it's been a struggle as of late, especially in the middle of summer, trying to keep things alive. And I believe it was September of 2025 when I last put this video out. And yes, it has been that long since I have been able to get my guy to come out and be able to find this issue for us. And it's not because of neglect or anything of that nature. He's just so extremely busy that when he does come in, we try to make the most out of it. So Don Stevens with Irrigation Control Services is the guy I go to. He knows this course better than anybody I know to help me get out jams, whether it's finding wire breaks, working on controllers, working on my computer back at the shop, figuring out the maxi, installing both of our pump stations that we've gotten. He literally does it all. I wouldn't go with anybody else. I did ask him if he would be okay with me recording. He didn't care. However, once we kind of started out, I decided to stop recording, mainly because I was getting pulled away. He was taking phone calls, and it just, for cinematic purposes, the flow was terrible. I did follow around with my phone to just kind of get some video to tie into this one. So I'll basically explain what we did with showing some pictures and videos. So anyway, first and foremost, he went to the controller and opened it up and basically checked to make sure everything from the controller was working, getting the proper voltage, getting proper ohm readings, things of that nature. So he spent just less than a minute in that box, confirmed everything was okay up there, which is what I expected. So the next spot that we had to go to was back to the first greens head in line with the station that was down. So that would be the front right head, which is what we dug into in our last video. I did tell him, hey, I already punched into this. I checked X, Y, Z, which he then again checked as well and confirmed everything that I found. Nothing in the hole seemed out of sorts. So we knew it was somewhere between the controller and the sprinkler, which is where I left off of part 1 of this video. So this is where he came in handy because I don't have the proper tools to do this. So Don pulled out his wire tracer, and first and foremost he had to figure out where the line running from the controller down to the sprinkler, where it was located here on this hole. Electricity runs like water in a pipe. If there's a small break, it's going to leak out. It's the same with electricity. It's going to leak out to ground and basically lose flow past that point. And I didn't record this in part 1, but I did go out with a wire tracer myself to see, hey, maybe there's such a clean break that I'll be able to trace it and then find where it's dumping out to ground, and that will be where my problem is. But I didn't have such luck. Don traced the wire from the sprinkler all the way back up to the controller. He did hear some slight changes in the tone of the wire locator, but nothing enough where he's like, aha, I think this is the problem. So that also made me feel good, and that everything that I did in part 1 that he repeated here a couple days ago, same result. He took out what is called, I believe, a what is it? I don't know, like a wire fault locator. Basically, it's a tool that that can pinpoint where a break is at. I don't have this tool, and quite frankly, I'm not even sure really how it works, even though he's explained to me 8,482,697 times. Anyway, we found 2 spots. One was located right in the approach, and the spot that was located in the approach is actually between 2 manhole covers for a city sewer line. There's a little depression, so I found that kind of odd, because that sewer line would have been just so deep down there compared to where the irrigation wires is. But anyway, it was funny because when he found it, he said, I'm getting a weak signal here, so let's mark it. He said it's probably just a couple splices. So I dug it up, and lo and behold, I found 2 or 3 splices. They did look good though, but we kept that hole open, because if he didn't find anything on down the line, he was going to have to come back and we're going to work in that hole. Spot number 2, don't mind, we did get almost 1.5 inches of rain yesterday, so it's quite wet out here. We've been showing Matt some more technical skills, so we've been having him do more irrigation things, and I by no means am saying, hey, this is Matt's fault. This is what you get when you train somebody new, and you know, accidents happen. I still do it. However, when he went to level this head, where it started pinging really bad was near the sprinkler, and sure enough, there were luckily it was only one wire. It was the wire that ran to the green, to the station that isn't working. However, he hit it in 3 different spots. And you know, when you're digging in a hole and there's wires, to the untrained eye, you may hit something and think it's okay, but in reality it's not. It's what happens when you dig in solid clay dirt. It feels like you're trying to dig through concrete. You're going to nick a wire here and there. Just before you put your fix back together, you need to check all wires to make sure there aren't any cuts or gouges. But anyway, that is what happened. We basically eliminated all the cut wires, and we spliced a new line in. And when we went to turn on the sprinklers, all the sprinklers turned on. So a quick recap of what went on. I hope all that made sense, but it was quite simple. Nothing was wrong at the actual sprinkler. Nothing was wrong back at the controller. Somewhere in between, there was a break. Don had to trace the wire to find out where it was located, and then after that, he had to find his wire fault locator to find the actual break. Anyway, hopefully, again, I'm sorry that I didn't actually film the process itself. It probably would have been more enjoyable. So hopefully me rambling and cutting in videos and pictures was interesting enough. So anyway, now that we got this all buttoned up, it's on to the next problem of the list that is so unbelievably long, it's not even funny. Anyway, till next time, thanks for watching. Good morning. Nope. Good morning, everybody. Nope. And the reason is because we finally got a part 2 to our greens head